wish I had two necks. I got homies that can sleep without two. I got homies that can sleep without. Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Come pop it for me, cause I'm rich and poppin' in. Yeah. Drip.
Tonight, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Set to kick off.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. Taken in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Brings up second and
ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Play action. Now Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys that will extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On the return, here's Agnew. A good return there. 7. Yards, and the Lions will take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
2-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
At the 47-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for DK.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
There you go. The pass.
That interception sets them up beautifully. Already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the Lions 7-yard.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack. Back at the 16-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there's good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At at their own 20.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. A pass down the middle is fought for and hauled in. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions have taken the lead.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the final clocking. The next-gen stats there. How about this? 22.1 miles per hour. Wow.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He fakes the give here and looks to throw.
He lets it fly for Lockett, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Even though he's a 4th rounder, I think he might have a chance to play and prove that, hey, I could have been taken higher in that draft.
And we've seen so many times now, guys who go lower in the draft, undrafted free agents that become big-time players, Pro Bowl players. So you never know. 4th-round pick has a chance to be a really good player.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
You have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
3rd down.
midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for his wideout. Incomplete.
Here comes the Lions punter now. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Seahawks 3.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Seahawks first down.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. The Seahawks on third down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And a give this time to the tailback. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
He's brought down at the...
And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And that'll bring up second down.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Wilson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Second down and goal. Wilson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
Touchdown.
DK. Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Flush to his right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now it's Swift. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Ball carrier.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
Intercepted by the Seahawks.
So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
Holding offense.
Hey, man, let's play our game.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Sanders' kick is good, and that will knot things up here late in the first half. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Michael Dixon.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call.
Receiving team.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And oh, he coughs up the football near his own goal line.
Russell Wilson, sack.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there of 22. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
2-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one one deep over the middle. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the return will stop right around the 25.
That's money in the bank, baby.
So it was a drop. That had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? He's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
He's tackled at the 40.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up second.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson.
41-yard line.
Left side complete to Lockett. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10, we're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3? Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does him no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. But how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown. But sometimes... Terrific running there to start the drive as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well. Back now at Ford Field. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate. The line of scrimmage.
Complete to DK Metcalf. It's a game.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it does it? Oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this one is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They get 7 there, but it brings up... Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, they'll throw. That's complete to Mooney. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
At the 10-yard line.
And that'll be incomplete.
Wilson's pass.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And 10 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And now White. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now left side on the swing pass. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he will find his man on the in route, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line.
14.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 17.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at the 30.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Eluding the pressure right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about.
Come on, Nat.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It's not that often you see a 2-point try from that distance, and of course it's not that often that it's successful, and it wasn't there.
And who added all this thinking to the game, right? Because now you get so much extra to consider. The penalty happens. Do you go for 2 from that spot now after the penalty? Or do you say, we're going to kick it, which means they have to administer the penalty from the 20,
you would have been pushed
from the 15.
back further. Yep.
Now you're back further. Can you make that one? It's a lot of extra stuff on what used to be a routine play.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Now 2nd and 10.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches.